What's up guys, Ramsey here, back for another Godforge video. Today we have a complete guide on gearing. We will be going over the gear, the weapons. I will show you how to gear a champion. We will take SKADI here as an example. I will show you where to farm and explain the rarity, cost in gold, rank, all that stuff. Let's get into it. As always, I have the timestamp below so you can move around in the video if you need to. And also, this is recorded during the alpha, so things may change. So do check the description and the comment section in case I have an update video. I would drop the link down there. So let's get into it. Make sure you watch until the end because there will be a lot of very important information. So before we actually gear the champion, let's look at weapons themselves. So we're going to look at weapons and then we'll look at the different type of gears and the rarity. The rarity and ranks are going to be very important as well. So these weapons, I will show you where to farm them as well. There are a few stages you can farm them. And if you want to, what's going to be important, so you are going to look at what the weapon does. That's going to be very important. See if it's something you want for that specific champion. So of course, you look at the abilities of your champion, see what the champion does. For instance here, this champion is a control freak. She will control everything on the battlefield. So I do want accuracy on her, and then I want her to stay alive, and I want her to be fast. So of course, I'm going to try to find weapons that will give me a bonus that helps in that way, but also that give me stats that will help the stats that I'm looking for. So I know I looked at, I believe, one of those. So I do like this weapon for her. Gain 10% turn meter when attacked. Can occur once until this hero's next turn. So why I do like this? Because my goal is to have her play as much as possible, as often as possible, so that she can freeze everybody on the battlefield. So I do like this weapon. Again, it's probably not the best weapon for her, but it's a good example. And I wanted to have accuracy because she will be landing debuff, and I wanted to stay alive, so I have HP right here. So I do love this specific weapon for her. Then in the weapons, we also have the imprint. I do have a full guide on imprint if you want to go watch this. I have this one that I already add on her on that weapon. Has 25% chance to increase this hero turn meter by 5% if a debuff is placed. I do like this. Again, increase the turn meter. She will play more often. I do really like that weapon for her. If you want some massive discounts on all your favorite video games and gift cards, check out my Instant Gaming link in the description. You get some crazy discounts and support the channel at the same time. Thanks a lot. So here to give you an example, to level this one up, I do need the Virage God Steel, and right now I need rare. I'm at that level where I need some rare. So to give you an example, I'm at level 109. As you can see, if I click on the detail, I do have the Virage God Steel Epic. So I can click on the details to make sure, and I can drop rare from here. So I know I can get rare Virage God Steel on that level. So I know I may want to farm this level to get these resources. But also if I need the duplicate weapons, I can farm the duplicate weapon in here because I know it will give me epic Virage weapon. So that's how I would farm to level up that specific weapon, which is very important because once you get that weapon level up to the max, it actually helps you heroes a lot. Just to show you on my Beowulf right here, I have this weapon. It's a legendary weapon, of course, so it will cost more to upgrade it, and the stats are going to be more interesting, but I only have it rank 3 out of 6, and it's already giving me 30% attack, which is massive for a damage dealer. Now, regarding the gear, that is where you will complete the build for your champions. So you are going to have different rarity, different set, and different rank, right? So as you can see, the rarity, you have legendary, epic, rare, so blue, and then green, and common, and so on. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Second thing is the rank. So you see the Roman number right here. That's going to be the rank. So the rarity is going to give you, based on the rarity you have, you will get more or less stats. So on rare rarity, you get 2 substats. Epic, you get 3. Legendary, you get 4. That's great, but it's not the most important. It's not the most important because the goal is going to be to make a very strong build for your heroes, and usually you're not going to need all 4 stats unless, I mean, it's a very it's a champion that requires a lot of stats, which can happen. What is very important though is the Roman number, because I'd rather have a 4 or a 5 here Roman number on a lower rarity piece because you will have less stats, yes, but you will get more in that substat once you level it up. So the rank is more important. Do keep that in mind. The rarity is not as important. So here, if I have a 4 versus a 2, when I level it up, I will get a lot more in my substat. So do keep that in mind. Do keep watching because I have a lot more very important information regarding gearing that you don't want to miss. And as you can see, you have different names for them. Of course, 5 here is the best one, Masterwork Plate. So obviously the stats here aren't great for this champion, but if I was to level that up, I would get really good, very high substat. And then 4 is Flawless. If you have a 3, it's Superior, and so on and so forth. Now, I will link this website in the description down below from Raven. Pyros Gaming. He's, I think, another Godforge content creator. So this is his website. I just want to show you guys the possible stats you can get on all the weapons. You do have all the armor set listed here. So we'll be talking about that right after. But I just want to show you the stats possible. You do have to keep in mind that every piece of armor can get HP flat, attack flat, and defense flat. So all of them can get that. The rest are all optional. So on the helm, here's what you can get: initiate, crit rate, resistance, accuracy, HP percent. Anyways, I'm not gonna list them all, but they are right here, and I will also link that website if you need to. So in this case, for this champion, I want her to be fast. I want her to have a lot of accuracy because she is a control champion. I want her to stay alive, so I want some HP and defense, and I want a good amount of initiative because I do love her ultimate. So that's what I'm going to try to get as my main stat and my substat. So if I look at the possible stats for the helmet, the only 2 that I like here are going to be initiative and accuracy, right? I don't care for crit rate, I don't care for resistance. So I'm going to be looking for one of those helmets. On the pauldrons, that's the shoulders. As you can see here, we have attack percent, crit damage, I don't care. I will be looking at HP percent and defense percent to keep her alive. On the chest, same thing, HP percent or defense percent are going to be what I'm looking at. On the gauntlet, the only thing I care about here is accuracy, right? I mean, I don't care for anything else because the rest is all for damage. So I'm only going to be looking at accuracy gauntlet. On the legs, on the legs and the boots, that's where you have a bit more options. On the legs, I can get either speed, defense percent, or HP percent. Keep her alive or get her quicker. And then on the boots, I can either do defense percent, speed, or initiative. So usually what I would do, since I know I don't have a choice in gauntlets, I have to do accuracy because the rest is completely useless for these champions. I know that one of my options is to do accuracy here. On pauldron and chest, do HP percent or defense percent. On the helmet, do initiative, right? Because I'm getting the accuracy from the gauntlet mostly and from my weapons that I just showed you. And then on the legs, I will probably do speed on both, right? I will probably do speed on both. If not, if I want a bit more survivability, I will do speed on one and HP or defense on the other. And if I find that I have enough speed and enough survivability, maybe I will replace one of them by initiative based on what I want to do. But anyways, I did want to share that website with you guys so you know what stat to look for. So in my case, I want a helm that has accuracy as the main stat. So I'll be gearing this champion. Just before that, I do want to show you how to farm the gear. So basically, we just looked at level 8 and 9. So 108, 109, which is going to be the same for every 10 you go up. It's always going to be the same. So then if you go back, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and so forth, that's when you farm gear. So if you go to 101 and look at the reward preview, you get helmet and they show you the set. Again, right now it's all done to the cavern. Maybe that will change later, but right now that's how it works. So you can see the rarity available, helmet, and then the sets available. Then if you go to any level finishing in 2, it will be chest, 3 will be the shoulders, 4 will be the gauntlet, 5, we mentioned it earlier, it was the stone, or in the previous video. 106 will be legs, and 107 will be the boots. Keep in mind, as you level up, you will get to some levels where you can drop any of it from all of those levels. We're gonna gear this champion. The last thing I want to mention is the set bonus. So as you can see, Here I have the Jaguar. It gives me, if I have 2 pieces, it gives me plus 15% crit damage. So I would put, let's say, a helm and then a glove or whatever, and it will give me a set bonus right here. So let's say, just to give an example, if I put crit rate gloves, and if I have any crit rate, anything somewhere, maybe right here, up, I would get the crit rate set bonus here, right? But at the beginning of the game, early, mid-game, the set is very secondary. The stats are going to be the priority, of course. So I'm mostly going to be looking at what stat I can get. And then later down the road, when I can mix max and have more options gear-wise, I would then look at the set. Do keep in mind, you do also have other sets here that you can have more pieces on them. As you can see, up to 6. And the more pieces you add, the more bonuses you get. So do keep that in mind. You have some a bit more complicated or in-depth sets you can use as well. And the last thing I want to show you up here, you can lock any gear if you want to make sure you don't delete them accidentally. You can sell them on by clicking here, and then of course you can upgrade them, which is what we're going to do next as we find a good piece. So here's a decent piece that I found. As you can see, it's a rare, so it sounds great. It has a 3 rank. It's okay, nothing crazy. But it has initiative as primary, which is what I want. And then HP flat, I don't really care for. I'd rather have percentage HP if I could. But then we also have accuracy, which is one of my goals. And then I do have the HP 15% brawler set. So then I know as I keep gearing my champion, if I'm lucky, I could find another piece with brawler and gain that 15% HP. So that would be what I go for. Now, I don't want to go straight to level 16. It's way too expensive. I'm always going to go to level 8 first. Make sure I get a fair amount of accuracy, which I did. So I really don't mind going up to 12 now. See if I can keep pushing that accuracy. Only got 1 more point. So I do like the piece. Before I bring it to level 16 though, I'm going to equip it for now. And then I will bring everything up to 16 later once I have everything on her. And I know, okay, that's the gear I'm going with. Then I can go up to 16. But right now I'm going to wait just in case I make some more changes as I go. So I don't have a lot, unfortunately, here. I'm trying to not take stuff from other champions because I don't have a lot, unfortunately. This piece could have been interesting, as you can see, HP percent and on the initiative set. So I could have used that to get more initiative. But the substats are really bad. So instead, I'm wanting to try this piece right here. So it's only rank 3, but it's legendary. We do have defense percent. And we do have accuracy. Defense flat is not great. On all of those defense and HP stats, you want percentage as much as possible, right? That's going to give you a lot more than the flat defense or HP, as much as possible, of course. And then initiative. So I'm going to try to get some accuracy on initiative. And then the set itself, just by having the piece here, decrease damage received from basic ability attacks by 20%. So why not try to find a second piece again to complete that set? Probably won't happen, but we never know. So let's go to level 8. Unfortunately here, because it's legendary, you see I don't have, I'm kind of like reducing my chances to go accuracy and initiative, which isn't great, but it is what it is, I guess. See, it's really not great here. We really want spike and have much bigger accuracy or much bigger initiative here with very, very average piece, in my opinion. So I really don't like this piece. I'm going to try to find something else instead. So I did find this piece. I do like it a bit better. Still defense percent. And as you can see, we have some HP, but I was able to get more initiative. So I do like this one a lot better. That way I'm not wasting stats in other stats that I don't want. So as you can see, I'm going to try this piece. HP percent, resist initiative, and then resist set, we don't really care. But it is rank 4. So I could be lucky and get a lot of initiative as well, which is my goal here. So let's see what we can do. Good amount of initiative. I like it. I like it. I like it. And that is why the rank here is a lot more important than, there we go. I love this piece. High initiative, low resist. It's perfect. The rank, again, is much more important than the rarity itself, right? So as you can see here, we're starting to get something decent. Defense percent, HP percent. Good amount of initiative already. Some accuracy here and some accuracy here and some HP as well. So we're starting to get somewhat decent, and everything is still level 12 on purpose. So I'm really limited on accuracy, but I did find this piece, again, legendary and rank 4, which I like. Initiative, HP flat, defense percent, Not the greatest substats, but we can try and see where we land. We just want to avoid the crit damage here as much as we can. As you can see, we did just like earlier, a very bad spread, no spikes. We just have the stats everywhere, plus a lot in crit damage. So this, I mean, for my level, that would do the job, but it's definitely not what I'm looking for. I may go back and farm some gloves a bit more before gearing her. I just really don't like these gloves. I could take this one away from this champion. At least I would get a good amount of speed, but I really don't want to take stuff away. This one isn't great unless I can get a bunch of initiative as well. Let's see. Same, pretty bad spread again, unfortunately. We're gonna stop at level 12. It's definitely not good. I mean, it's okay. It's just not really what I'm looking for, to be honest. And I'm very limited in terms of accuracy, unfortunately. So I'm going to go with these gloves for now. They're just the best gloves I have with HP flat, defense percent, and initiative. I'm wasting a lot in crit damage, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Now, as you can see, I'm starting to have a good amount of HP, slowly but surely. Everything's still level 12. My initiative is already pretty good at 160. I am lacking some accuracy. I would like to be close to 200, and then my speed is very low. So now both boots, I'm probably gonna go with speed on both boots and legs, and try to find accuracy as a substat. Again, I will gain some accuracy once I level everything up to level 16, but or I might go even more accuracy or initiative. We'll see. As you can see, I'm missing the legs and boots, so we're gonna be looking at that next. Once I level everything to level 16, I will have already a fair amount of HP and defense. My initiative is pretty high, which is good. I am lacking some accuracy and some speed for sure. So now speed is going to be my priority. So we'll be looking at speed PC. So we do have a PC, but it's definitely not great. Rank 3, not the best. So I've actually found this piece that I do really like. Speed, accuracy, and HP percent. It's all I'm looking for. It's a rare, but it doesn't matter. It's 3 stats that I really want for my build. So I know I can go to level 12 here and get good stats. There you go. I love this. This one's perfect. As you can see, again, I'm not worried about the stats bonus. I would love to be able to maybe finish the brawler to get extra HP if I can, but if not, that's okay. So I'm just going to take from this champion. This champion I only use for bosses, so I can go back and give the legs back if I need to, the boots back. I'll probably need to go farm. I'm just super limited, but speed, HP percent, and accuracy, you know, I'm not doing any sets. That's okay. Now let's level everything up to level 16. We should have enough silver and see what we can get. A bit more of both. That's perfect. Now this should bring me a bit higher in accuracy. We got more crit damage here, which is terrible for this champion, unfortunately. I really don't like the gloves, but that's okay. Full initiative, we gain 1 initiative, not great either. Bad RNG, unfortunately. We gain a little bit of accuracy, and here full damage percent, more initiative. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so here's the final build. Could be better, of course. As soon as I level up the weapon, that will help me a lot as well. I just need a few resources, but if I get those, I will quickly gain accuracy and HP, which is what I'm missing here. Speed 162 is decent. It's a little slow, but it's decent. Initiative 175 is great. Accuracy 167 could be better again as I level up this weapon. Defense pretty low. I will need some support in my team for sure. HP 30k is pretty low as well, but she's a rare champion, so she will be limited in that way. But here we go. That's how you gear the champion. Again, do level the weapons because that will quickly increase and really help you guys out. So do level that up. But overall, pretty happy with the build. Again, I'm at level 142 right now in the caverns. So I'm going to try to use her, see if she helps me out to keep climbing to the final boss at level 151. I hope you guys find the video helpful. If that was the case, of course, follow the channel, you know, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you have any tips, anything that I missed in the video, make sure you drop it in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next Godforge video.